Hi, this is Rachelle with Journal Life's Journey, and this is the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm pretty much done with what I need to do. So I decided to come in the craft lab and play around with a few things. So first off, I had some file folders that I had misfolded for another project. So I cut those up and made some tags out of them of varying sizes. So I have these, and all I did was just use my paper trimmer, trim down the pieces that I had to whatever size and just cut a variety of sizes. Then I used my this angled punch from We Are Memory Keepers to cut the angles at the top of the tag, and I used my We Are Memory Keepers, the eyelet setter, to punch the holes. And so these are ready to be used, decorated. I can do mixed media, whatever I choose. Then a few of the pieces I just left as is as small journaling cards, because I'm finding that I need smaller cards, not necessarily big cards like 4x6. That may be a little large for what I need a lot of times, so I'm going to start making some smaller ones too. So I have those ready to go. Then I was going through some things that I had made for, or started making for different journals, and these were kind of leftover or things that I decided not to use. So I have these napkin decoupage tags, and then these are decoupage with collage, doily, a variety of things. Same thing here. These are napkins on craft colored cardstock, but they're flimsy. I don't like that for my tags. These are a little more sturdy because I used the craft paper and book page, then I decoupaged with the napkin and the doily. So those are, well, this one in particular is a little more sturdy. This is flimsy. So I need to find something that I like to back my tags with. And I don't know what that might be yet. This needs to be trimmed just a little bit. So this one is pretty sturdy, but this is what they look like. Another sturdy. And then this one was just some leftover scrap digital paper and a doily on the craft colored paper. So then I have this stack. I thought I had footage of this, and maybe I do. I just cannot find it. Of the process that I did with these. I did the smooshing process where I put the ink on my mat and sprayed water and then just kind of smushed these on the mat. So it's like a mixed media thing. These are Distress Oxide. And this is just the beginnings of some journaling cards or tags or whatever I want to turn them into. And they are not backed or anything. I also did a little stamping on them. So this is what they look like, and I used index cards for this. So I have those that I need to finish. Then I have these that are somewhat finished. They need to be backed. Same process with the smushing. Then I collaged on them, stamped on them, added some ephemera to them. And this is another one. And then this one is decoupage with napkin. This one is decoupage with napkin. It's stamped and it has a little gesso on it. Just experimenting, doing what you do with mixed media. Same here, it's experimenting. So I have a variety of in-process ephemera, tags, journaling cards, you name it. These are the bigger index cards that I was playing around with. And I really like the colors, even though we're in Christmas winter season. Some of these are really cute, and I could use this like for winter maybe because of the blue. But yeah, they just need to be backed to make them a little more sturdy. Same here. I just put this, it's a decoupage on a misprint coffee dyed insert. Same here. You can still see the insert here. This one and then this one. So I have a bunch of stuff here that I need to finish. Then let's see, let's flip these over like the rest. I have these that are mostly finished. So I stitched around this one, added a tab on it. It's pretty sturdy. It's another one that I put the tab on the side, have room for journaling on the back. Another one that's stitched, stamp the butterfly, added the tab on the side on this one, butterfly, room for journaling on the back. Okay, so these are ready to go. I don't know what journal they will go in. I'm just gonna do mass make of things. I'm gonna start doing it that way instead of trying to design specifically for a journal. But I do need to mix up the colors because all of these are in the same color family pretty much. So I need to mix up the colors. Okay, so that's where we are. I need to back a lot of this stuff, and I need to decide what kind of tags I'm going to make with these, but for now I'm going to worry about backing what I have already. So I don't normally do my coffee staining in this way. I feel nervous about having a coffee cup on my desk, but I'm going to do it. And usually I do mostly tea, and I add coffee in to darken it because I don't want my papers to smell like coffee, because some people don't like that. But I had this envelope of just scrap cardstock pieces, cut-offs from other things. So I thought that I would just use some of this and do a quick little coffee staining session with the brush and the coffee in the cup, even though I don't normally do that because right now I can't take over the kitchen with coffee staining papers. So I'm just gonna try it and see how it goes with what I have here. So this is a really heavy cardstock. I think it's like 110 pounds, something like that. And then these are the regular 65-pound weight. This is just a little inexpensive brush, a mixture of instant coffee, and I'm just gonna brush that on. I haven't done this. And I might have made this a little dark because, again, I haven't done this way before. So we'll see how it comes out. I probably need to protect my desk with something better than this broken mat. I'm only going to do a few pieces just to see how I like it, and let them dry and then go ahead and start backing. But like I said, I just want to pop on because I have some free time on this holiday week. And I don't even know if I should do the back because I'm going to glue one side to the other side of the items that I just showed, so I don't think it's necessary to do the back. So yeah, if I had somewhere to actually lay these out to dry, I would do a lot more. But I don't at the moment, so. So wow, I made a big mixture and I don't really need all of that. So I'm gonna stop there and let these dry, and I'll be back to start backing some of the cards and tags. I put the other papers aside to dry, and I decided I would, since I have so much mixture left, I will go ahead and stain some more papers. These are a couple of sheets that I use because I spilled some on my table in the kitchen to mop up what I spilled. I didn't want to waste. So I'm going to start with these. Now this is what I usually use to stain my papers, and I usually put my stain or coffee mixture, tea mixture in a spray bottle and spray. But since I have this, I'll just be brushing. So this seems to saturate the paper a little bit less, but what happens is I'll brush like this. I'm just going to go ahead and brush the parts that I missed, and I don't have to worry about being so neat when I'm in this little storage container. Okay, so then this is going to be in the way a little bit. I would just flip these over. Let's see if I do them like, no, that's not going to work. I turn them over. Like that. Just try and get them straight. And then I would hit the back. Any spots that were missed. Now when I'm spraying, it would just spray all over the inside of the box. And there would be some that would drip down into the box. So all of that would soak into the paper as it's drying. Because what I do is I just keep stacking papers on top of this, and then I sit it in front of a fan overnight or however long and just let it blow and dry the papers. So these are some misprints. I'm going to add them in the mix. I need to really put this in here because I don't want to drip coffee all over the place. So I just brush one side, and it's going to soak up the coffee on the other side from the paper that I'm placing it on. So I only need to do one side. Just lay that flat. And I just keep doing that. Layering up the paper. And when I put it in front of the fan to dry, what happens is the top layer will get dry. I take those pages off so that what's underneath can dry, and it just keeps going like that. So I just remove each layer as it dries. And I'm pretty sure with brushing it on versus spraying it on, it's going to work basically the same way. I've been planning on doing a formal video on how I am staining paper now, because I've changed from how I do it when I was doing it over at SCRAPCRAFTASTIC. So I'm going to eventually get a video up to show how I actually do it now. This was just like a little impromptu staining session because I need backing for my other projects. So these are even smaller. So here I'm just gonna hit the edges a little bit because I know I missed some. So I'm just gonna go around with this excess that's left and go around the edges, and that will get soaked into the paper. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me see, I might be able to get one or two more out of this little drop that I got left. And by the way, this is a mug from the Dollar Tree that I'm using, Christmas mug. Okay, so I'll go rinse my mug out, rinse out my brush, but for this session, I am done. I'm gonna let this dry and then I will show you what they look like. These are tags and journaling cards that I made previously using some masterboards or collage sheets. These are the tags that I did. And now I am coming back to work on the journaling cards. So in the last video, I basically just glued them down to some tea or coffee stained, pretty heavyweight paper to give them some stability. And now I'm going to go ahead and trim them out. I'm just going to bring you along with me as I work on them. I'm back. It's been a crazy day and I didn't record a lot of what I've been doing. So this is where I am. We've already looked at the tags that I did. I cut out the rest of the journaling cards off of the backing papers. So those are ready to go. Then I have all of this from the old tags to the new tags. Everything is backed, including the journaling cards. So everything has a backing now. And then I was just working on rounding the corners on these. I was playing around with some embellishments that I may or may not use. But in the meantime, I also made these from watching a tutorial on a channel that I've only recently found, and I cannot remember the name, but I will link it in the description box below and in the iCard. But these are like little matchbooks, and you can make them out of 6x6 papers. They're also little paperclip matchbooks, so they would clip on your page like this, and you can make them into little booklets. So I could add some papers in here, staple it or sew it, however you want to do it, up top, and make a little booklet. So I will be doing that. These are not the correct size because the measurements that I started out with were not correct, so I had to kind of do a little trimming and changing on these, the snowflake version. But these will be the correct size. So this is what it should actually be. I didn't have to do any trimming. All I did was cut 2-inch increments and do the folding. So these are the actual size that they should be, and I will work on these and show how those were done at another time. Let me know in the comments below if you're interested in those. So I'll be working on all of this at some point. So with all of that said, I'm going to go ahead and finish rounding these corners. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and finish rounding these corners, and then I think we're going to stop for now, and I will come back because I'm actually going to sew around quite a few of these. If you're interested in the sewing, because I'm going to unbox my new sewing machine, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and that way you won't miss that video. Make sure you turn on your notifications. And like I said, I'm just going to finish this up. This is Thanksgiving Eve, so I don't know how long I'm going to play around in the craft lab. All the cooking that I need to do is done, so I have time to play, and that's what I'm going to do. I wish I had an easy way to live stream, but I don't have a way right now other than my phone, and yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. So I guess I will have to catch y'all next time. So I'll holler at you later. Bye.